I may be a new mom, but I do not want to wear leggings. I understand the function of the leggings. You're bending over a lot. You want to crawl around on the floor with the baby. Suddenly the baby's going to be a toddler and you're chasing after them. Maybe you want to squeeze in a walk, squeeze in a workout. I'm trying to do more squats personally. You got to do it when you can. But when I leave the house, I want to feel put together. All right, I don't want to be leggings mom, I want to be put together mom. Luckily for us, I may have found a sewing pattern that can do both. I am currently testing the Jojo pant, and I believe this pattern will be out by the time this video comes out. This pant looks like a trouser, but it has the waistband of a sweatpant. So I'm going to be making this pant out of this really pretty pink chambray with a little red floral print, and the waistband is going to be a fold over waistband in this red knit. I don't know what this is. I've never sewn knits before. I'm so nervous, but this seems like a good opportunity to try this out. I don't have a serger, so I'm going to be zigzagging my way through this, and I figure if this seam looks bad, it's okay because it's a fold over waist and we can just fold over an ugly seam pretty easily. You see where I'm going with this? Plus, my favorite detail of all is the circle pocket. All right, I stopped in my tracks when I saw this on Instagram. There is a pocket on the side of the pant that it has a circle opening, and if you've been following me since before my sewing era, you may know that I love circles. I may have also written a book about circles. Anyway, if we haven't met before, my name is Emily. I'm a new mom. I hate all of the clothes in my closet, so I am making my postpartum me-made wardrobe one garment at a time. I've made pants, I've made tops, I've made a play suit, and now let's make some Jojo pants. One thing about me is I am really bad at getting the markings done when I'm cutting out my fabric pieces, but I'm not making that mistake this time. Also, please ignore my pencil. I really should buy some chalk, and I was literally just at the fabric store. I could have done it. Speaking of being at the fabric store, that's another thing that slows me down, is having to wash my fabric. I already owned this fabric, and so I had washed it when I bought it, but the stretch knit fabric, I just bought it, and I realized when I got it to the studio that I can't do anything with it today, including cut it out, because I need to wash it first. I really think it's the waiting to wash the fabric that makes this slow fashion. Now I am going to be sewing the front pieces together and the back pieces together, and I have to say one thing I'm loving about this pattern is that Brigitte gives you an option to use a serger, which I think I mentioned that I don't have, or you can do French seams, and I love a French seam, so that's what I will be doing. Also, I have to say that the front panels of these pants look insane because they're a low rise, and the only pants I've ever sewn so far were Arthur pants, and they are the highest of high rises, okay? So this is right, it's not insane, it just looks crazy to me because I've only sewn pants with inseams that are like this. Not this. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. Very interested to see how this is going to fit me. So anyway, let's sew some French seams. It's a little while later, and I have my French seams done in the front and on the sides, and I'm trying these on. In the steps, you're supposed to do the waistband next, but I just bought my waistband fabric this morning, as I mentioned. Oh, that's kind of fun to see. And so I need to wash it before I can do that step. So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit and go ahead and do the circle pocket. So I'm trying them on. to see where I want the pocket to go. So I'm thinking my belly button's right here, and I'm thinking that it's gonna be something like this. Something like this. I think I want it on the right side because I'm right-handed. And I think I want it, in the instructions it says about 6 inches from the waistband, which would be here, the top of the pocket. But I've seen some variations from the other testers, like doing it at different lengths. So I think I'm gonna do mine a little bit lower. I kind of want the circle where my hand is. So I'm just gonna mark the top here. And I think that's where I want the top of the circle. I could hold it up. Ooh, yeah, I think that's good. So I am getting this pocket pinned to the pants. I've never done a pocket like this before. Very cool technique. I had to read ahead to like make sure I was doing it right because it seems wrong. Doesn't this look like it would be wrong? It's not. It's right. There's a little flippy thing that happens. Oh my god, I sewed my first circle. Oh, this is so cool. I've spent all this time like weaving circles, but to sew one is cool. So let's see how it turned out. That was hard. I like really had to like concentrate and take my time with that. So here, I'll show you. Looks easier for you to see. Maybe this way. Ooh, my fabric's a little wrinkly. Is that gonna be an issue? I don't know. That looks pretty good to me. Oh my god, this feels so wrong. Basically, you sew the pocket pouch onto the outside of the pants, and then you sew a circle, and then you like cut through the pants and also the pocket pouch, and so you have a giant hole in the middle of your pants. It feels wrong, but I'm fairly certain I'm doing it right. Anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about circles. I mentioned that that's kind of a thing for me. So basically, I started weaving after taking a 2-week weaving workshop at Penland School of Craft after I graduated from college. And I just like fell in love with it and was obsessed. I spent a couple years after that just like figuring out what I was doing and taking more classes and workshops like where I could. I also did some other like fiber art workshops in that time, and one of those things was I took an 8-week garment sewing class at my local visual arts center, and I loved it. I made a skirt and I made a dress, and both terrible, so ugly, terrible fabric choices, just like had no idea what I was doing. But I thought it was really fun. But then the weaving thing kind of like took off for me as a business and as like a teaching practice, and my artwork was like being shown and stuff like that. And I spent 10 years, it's been 10 years now since I started weaving circles, and one thing led to another, and I've taught thousands of people how to weave circles now. I wrote the first and only book on the topic called Amazing Circular Weaving, available wherever you buy books, and it is 15 patterns using different traditional weaving techniques that I have modified to fit a circle. So basically in weaving you just weave back and forth, but when you change back and forth to around and around, it changes the patterns, it changes the math equations, and so I spent a lot of time figuring that out. And yeah, I have tutorials on my Patreon if you prefer a video rather than a book. And so small plug for my Patreon. I've been creating there for 3 or 4 years now. I have weaving tutorials, I write about weaving, I write about creativity. Recently I've been writing a bit about motherhood. Any of the toiles I've made in my sewing journey so far, I have videos for that there. And most importantly, I put all of my sewing notes on my Patreon. I have notes on the sizing, adjustments I made, what went well, what didn't, what I would like change for next time, reviews of the patterns, all of that, including for these pants. All of that is available on my Patreon. It's linked below if you want to check that out. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep working on this circle pocket, because right now I have a giant hole in the side of my pants. I just took it off the sewing machine. Look at my circle. I love it. That was easier than I thought it would be. I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous about the circle, getting it looking good and not like homemade, but I feel like that looks great. I need to like press it and then finish the pocket. I'm back. It's a new day. Many apologies for not wrapping up yesterday. My camera died and I just kept sewing. So here's what you missed. I finished sewing the circle pocket on the side and it looks good. I love it. And then I also sewed the inseam of the pants, so they're pretty much together. I just need to attach the waistband, which I washed and cut, and so that's ready to go. And then I need to hem the pants, and that's it. Let's just jump into it, shall we? I need to read the instructions. This is like always where I kind of like stop reading instructions, is when I'm almost done, and I make mistakes when I do that, so I'm not going to do that this time. Okay, so let's work on the waistband. So this is like a little bit asymmetrical, so I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work out. It was like kind of hard to tell from the photos, but basically what I'm doing is I'm going to sew the two pieces together so that I have a big circle, and then I'm going to fold it over and sew the folded edge to the top edge of my pants, and I think it's going to fit. I wrapped this around myself to see if it would like hold the pants up, and I think so. It's pretty tight, but yeah, I'm nervous to sew with the knit. We'll see how this goes. I need to figure out if I need to adjust my stitch length or tension or whatever. This is like the only knit part, so I feel like it's not worth it to like change out the needle and all of that, so I'm just going to use the universal needle that I have, and we'll see how it goes. So sticking the pants right side out into the waistband, and this way if I sew like this and then this opens, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, you know, sometimes this stuff is kind of tough to visualize unless you've done it before, and you gotta take your time with it. Sure, I really should not put pins in my mouth. Don't do that. Don't do it. It's dangerous. Okay, so we're getting things pinned. Once I get the back seam in the right place, I'm gonna start pulling everything. I hope my machine can handle sewing through this, because the knit material I bought is pretty thick, and my machine really struggles with sewing through too many layers of fabric. So if it makes a funny noise, that's why. It's kind of hard to not be like pulling the fabric from the machine but keeping it stretched at the same time. Wasn't expecting that. Oh my god, I did it! It looks good. The seam looks pretty good. Check it out. Oh wait, that looks, oh, just some fuzzies. There you go. Not bad. I got a little off track there. Whatever. But I think it worked. So I'm gonna try these on off camera because I want to save the surprise till they're done. And then I just need to hem the pants, and then that's it. And that's a wrap on the Jojo pants. This was so fun to make. I can't believe how quickly they came together. I was so nervous to do the circle pocket and also the fold over knit waistband, and I feel like this was such a confidence booster. I got this done in about 6 hours, including filming, and Brigitte estimated that this would take 2 to 3 hours. So I feel like 6 hours, that's pretty good. 2 days at the studio, love it. I will be making these again. I want to make like a yoga pants version in like an all knit material. These pants are so comfortable. They are so practical. I can totally crawl around on the floor with my baby and then also like be up and about, and I feel like they're a fun pant. I love a pattern pant. That's something I used to wear a lot of many years ago, and I don't know if I just like couldn't find them anymore or what, but I just feel like I haven't worn a lot of fun pants, and I have a couple pairs now between my Arthur pants and these Jojo pants, and I'm looking forward to making more. I would talk about what went right and what went wrong, but I feel like everything came together like really easily. I'm interested to see how it goes with washing these pants and if the waistband stretches out over time. I think if they do that, I'll just add a drawstring. There is a drawstring variation of these pants, and that will be an easy fix, but that's not really down to the pattern. That's more down to being unfamiliar with working with knit materials. Before I show you the pants, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I am having so much fun making these and documenting my postpartum wardrobe journey. And I will also say, if you've been watching these and you haven't subscribed yet, and that's about 50% of you, please hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified the next time I post a video. So without further ado, here are the pants.